Naya was dying. She looked at her husband Timon with love. She was finding it hard to breathe and spoke softly.
Don't, don't be sad, love. It's not your fault. I, I love you very much, and our love will last forever, even, even after I am gone.
She said. Then she stopped breathing. Timon was very sad. His wife's body became cold and her lips turned dark. He cried out loudly. The guards came quickly. He commanded.
Bring me the healers and send the town criers to spread the news of the queen transitioning.
The healers, all women dressed in white, arrived and prepared the queen's body for the afterlife. While they were walking, the mirrors in the queen's room broke and black smoke came out. One of the healers came to Timon and said calmly,
The queen has transitioned peacefully, but she seeks justice for her death.
Timon was surprised as the healer continued.
The queen was poisoned.
Lord Timon was not born into a royal family. He was an orphan who had to work for shopkeepers to get food and a place to sleep. One night, after a long day of cleaning and bringing things to the shop, a sick woman came with her baby, asking for medicine. Timon told her to come back in the morning when the shopkeepers would be there, but she begged him to help. Feeling sorry for her, Timon let her in. Suddenly, a group of thieves attacked Timon, hit him until he couldn't wake up and then tied him up. These thieves stole all the valuable and rarest things from the shops. When the shopkeepers came back in the morning, they were very angry because the shop was broken into. They thought Timon was the one who did it and took him to the king. King gazed at the visibly scared and hurt Timon, who knelt before him. His voice trembled.
Please, your majesty, what they say is not true. It's not true. Then tell me what happened.
After Timon finished telling his story, the king turned to his right side where his nephew Kita was sitting.
What do you have to say about this?
Kita looked at Timon and they said to the king,
Your Majesty, I think you did it. Most of these orphans are nothing but nuisance, always looking for the easiest way to make money. They don't want to work, but they want to live comfortably.
That's not nice to say. Orphans do not choose their fate.
Naya, who was sitting on the king's left side, disagreed with her cousin. She stood up and went to where Timon knelt. She had a bottle of water in her hand. Naya gave the water to Timon and said,
You must be thirsty.
Timon drank quickly as Naya watched him closely. Soon, his throat felt hot and uncomfortable, and the burning feeling spread to his stomach. He tried to cough, but it only made the burning worse. Naya said,
This is truth water. Now tell me exactly what happened last night. Be honest, and the burning will go away. If you lie, it will burn more and more until you burst like a balloon.
Timon nodded and told Naya everything that happened. As he talked, the burning feeling slowly disappeared. Naya looked at her father and said,
He is innocent.
Kita, dressed in black coats, arrived in the forest and whistled 3 times. Soon, about 10 boys came together. Kita asked,
Did you get the items?
One of the boys gave Kita a grey bag. Kita looked inside and they became angry.
I told you not to let anyone see you. Why did you let that orphan boy go?
The leader of the boys answered.
My prince, he wasn't a threat, that was why.
Kita was very angry.
You are foolish. That boy is talking to the king now and telling him everything about you. It is best you all lie low until this dust settles.
Kita spat at the leader of the group and left, walking deeper into the forest. Soon he found a small hut and met an old woman there. He said,
Here is what you wanted. No excuses, else it would cost you your life.
The old woman bowed to show respect and took the bag from Kita. Inside the bags were strange items: a glowing green flower, the bone of an old king, snake fangs, a parrot's claws, and a dragon scale. These things were used to make a clear, odorless liquid that could slowly snuff life out of anyone without leaving any clue. Kita was amazed by this and went to the palace. Kita's father, Kent, was originally meant to be the next king. He was the oldest son. However, when their grandfather was about to die, he decided to give the crown to Naya's father instead of Kent. The grandfather thought Kent was too selfish, stubborn, and unkind. These qualities are important for a leader to have. Because of this, Keta's dream of becoming king was ruined. Kent was very angry. He wanted to get revenge on his brother for taking what he believed was rightfully his. This led to a war that lasted for a year until Kent was killed. But before he died, Kent made Kita, his son, promise to get back what he thought belonged to them. After his father's death, Kita went to the palace and said he didn't want to be a part of his father's plan, that their home was destroyed and he needed a safe place to stay. Naya's father, the king, felt sorry for Kita and let him live in the palace like his own son, but Kita was hiding a secret plan. Meanwhile, Naya grew fond of Timon and had learned a great deal about herbs and elixir. She found his vast intelligence charming and soon they fell in love. After her father's death, they got married and Naya became queen, making Timon her husband, the Lord.
I will bring justice to whoever poisoned the queen.
Timon, heartbroken about the cause of his wife's death, fought back tears as he replied the healer before returning to his chambers.
The king and now the queen within 12 months. Someone is definitely out to wipe out the royal bloodline.
Timon thought to himself. In the darkest of night, Timon secretly left the palace to meet with two people. He told them,
You will pretend to be workers in the palace, but your real job is to watch everyone who lives there and tell me everything you see. Do this without anyone knowing, and only come to me when you have important things to tell me and proof.
After some time, the two spies came back with news. The Prince Keter is meeting with a group of people at night. Among them was the royal cook. The cook was brought in for questioning. After a while, the cook admitted to putting a clear liquid into the queen's food.
I promise, my lord, I only did it because the prince said it will make the queen better. He told me it was a special healing drink. Please forgive me.
When Timon saw the liquid in a bottle with a dragon scale stopper, he remembered the robbery that happened. One of the robbers was very eager to find the dragon scale. Timon wanted to be completely sure, so he asked a very knowledgeable elixir maker. This person had known Timon for a long time. The expert said Timon was right. The liquid was made from very rare things that were stolen in the robbery. Timon ordered Prince Kita's room to be searched thoroughly. Kita did not like this and felt assaulted. But when they found an image of the king and queen crisscrossed in his room, he pleaded for leniency. Timon told the palace guards to keep Kita locked up until they decide what to do with him. Timon, seated at the meetings with the palace chiefs and the wise witch doctor in the room, asked their advice about Kita's crime. Some of the chiefs said Kita should lose his title and be banished from the palace, while others wanted Kita to be decapitated. Timon watched as they argued, but the witch doctor said nothing.
Don't you have anything to say about this?
Your Honor, this war is a long-standing conflict between families. The man you are judging was only following the wish of his father. It is true that he deserves to die for killing the royal family. However, if you kill him, you will only become a part of this endless family feud, creating a change and multiple nemesis throughout your incarnated lives. It will be better to let the gods decide his fate. This way, you will be free from this conflict and find peace throughout your lifetime. But the choice is yours, Your Honor.
Timon shook his head and said,
It doesn't bother me. The queen, my wife, wants justice, and we must give it to her.
After Kitty died, the land was peaceful again. Timon ruled well and happily until he died too. Many years later, on another timeline, a young lawyer named Treacherous was invited to a charity gala to support a local orphanage. A beneficiary of the charity is invited to speak at the event. Treacherous, who had been absent-minded, suddenly felt goosebumps as he spoke. Each of his words seemed to trigger a feeling within her. She looked up and saw a strange yet familiar face. After the charity, she asked the host to speak to the boy.
Hey Timothy, I am Trisha, and I could not help but notice your speech earlier. You are very passionate about your studies, research, and helping others. It must be hard losing both parents to cancer. How about we meet for coffee tomorrow so we can talk more about your research? I'm very interested in them as my father is currently battling cancer too.
Thanks. It has been a journey, but I just try to make the most of my situation. Coffee tomorrow would be great.
After their first meeting, Trisha and Timothy became friends. As time went by, Trisha helped him with finances and connections so he could start a science and technology center. After a while, Timothy told Trisha about a popular research institute pursuing him. They said he stole their ideas and used their invention without permission. Trisha looked at the letters and emails Timothy got about this. Surprisingly, it was her uncle's science company. She calls her father.
You know how your uncle is. He hates losing when it comes to his business and doesn't mind playing dirty. I suggest you let us go and let him have it for peace to reign, yeah?
Trisha wasn't pleased with this.
No, Papa, we cannot let this slide. How long will we continue to make sacrifices to his extreme greed and monopolistic nature? We have invested millions and time into that research. I am not backing down without a fight this time.